fellow watchers and enjoyers, please don't get frightened by me, please. It's Piggy and Ash on a hot summer's day, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, we don't have Stella's on tap, sadly, but we are here from Watching Walford for you yet another edition of the Watching Walford podcast. It is episode 137. Today's episode is going to cover the biggest storylines and takeaways from week 33 of 2025. All the episodes from the 11th of the 8th all the way to the 14th of the 8th. Now, yes, I am in a tank top. This is very unusual, I know, so please don't be frightened. But also, pierce your eyes on this. Ash in a tank top. Yeah. Reflecting these muscles. Also,
I'm going back to the gym as well, so. just you wait. Couple weeks time, boom, actual muscle.
Couple of weeks time, he has a 6-pack. You know, he's all about he's gym.
I wish.
He's gym, bro.
I've got a lot to work through to get to that point. Let's be honest.
He's going to be talking about crypto and how you use crypto and stuff. Just one of your
crypto.
Just one of your gym bros. Also helps to Ash's camera. It's just basically on his face, whereas mine is just on me, on the upper half of my body. So, yeah.
Well, I just love a zoom in. That's what I do. You could have done it, but you refused to. So
yeah. You got to see the full image, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. So what are the topics for today? Well, we have introduction, which we're doing right now. We have Big Daddy Cool George Knife. You'll find out why we call him Big Daddy Cool. And then we have Patrick is terrified. We have Kojo and Okie, or okay. And we have Alpha Male Joe and Avani decides. What does Avani decide?
Why you said it is okay. It's Okie.
Okay. What does Avani decide? We will find out later on as I believe it's a chocolate bar, I'm not too sure, but we'll find out later on.
The status of the baby. Yeah.
Don't know why your night's a Thornberry. Yeah.
Smashing.
Yeah. Just, yeah. Gotta tickle your mustache now. That's all you gotta do to complete the look.
Yeah, because I have one of those.
You kind of do. You have a little worm.
I got stubble. That's not a mustache.
It can be counted as one.
I don't look at a puddle on the ground and say it's a pool.
Well, a dwarf does. Yeah. That's shit joke, I know. I had to. Just keep the camera on Ash for a bit longer, please. Okay, so let's just quickly get it started before we go off the rails. Okay, let's just.
Do you want to do any of the tertiary? How you doing? What you been up to?
How you doing? How you doing?
That in the after show, of course. But
how you doing, mate? How you?
It's been warm. Has been warm. But it's good. It's good. I've not made much progress on the scripted stuff. That one's taken a nosedive after I lost my motivation because it didn't do well. But I'm back on track. The video will be getting done. But yeah, also decided to go back to the gym. So that's gonna be fun.
I decided to go to the gym as well. Begins with M, ends with S. So yeah, McDonald's. So yeah,
How are you doing, mate?
I'm doing all right. Obviously, I'll just very briefly touch on it before we get to the end of the topics, which will be the Alpha Male Joe
of life,
of life, of course. Yeah, yeah. But I will say when we get to Joel, there will be the talking points of alpha male, beta male, all these Gen Z terms. Well, later Gen Z, we're early Gen Z to an extent.
Manosphere.
Yeah, like what it means to be a real man. So like just putting it out there for a heads up. I should clarify that every week we talk about Joel. And yeah, so we are talking
toxic
about
masculinity.
Yes, we're talking about an in-universe character who is a POS. Piece of shit. Okay, not a real life person in universe. But yeah, just be warned when we get to it. I'll obviously do it again when we get to him. But yes. And trigger warning again. I'll also do a trigger warning when we get to it. We will be talking about abortion. So yeah, if that triggers you, we'll let you know when the topic happens. To skip ahead or just listen if you want. So yeah, I guess now without everything out of the way, let's talk about Big Daddy Cool. Big
Daddy Cool. He's not very good at singing it. That's what we've learned.
Like, I mean, Colin Salmon does star in films, so you think he would be good at singing. I did.
Well, I'm sure he's got pipes on him. Let's be honest.
He probably does have pipes. Let's be honest. Yeah. My favorite thing was last week when I was in the cinema watching Naked Gun. They were doing a trailer for The Nobody 2, and you know that meme of
Colin Salmon in there.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio. Do you know what the meme where he like claps his hands and points to the TV?
Yeah.
My dad points to me and goes, "Isn't that George Knight?" And I go, "I don't want to be racist, but I think it is." But
No, he is in there.
Yeah, then I googled it.
Well, that's the Bob Odenkirk one, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
The guy who plays Jimmy McGill.
Yeah, he plays
Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
I want to watch it because after watching Breaking Bad, I've not fully finished it, but after watching it, I just love him. Like I know he's playing a character, but I'm like, I love him. Can we keep him? Can we keep I would buy some dodgy car insurance from him just to have the experience. You know what I mean?
He's a dodgy liar, but like I'd buy from him. Go ahead, I don't mind. I watched because I was doing it in chronological order, where you watch Better Call Saul first and then Breaking Bad. I got through the first season, and my God, was it good fun. I didn't watch the rest of the seasons, but of Better Call Saul, but I watched the first season.
Yeah, honestly, I prefer Better Call Saul to Breaking Bad. So maybe a bit of a hot take. Don't know how hot it is, I'll be honest, but yeah.
About as hot as outside it is today.
I think I've got like one more season left.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyways, back to Daddy Cool. Big Daddy Cool, George Knight. Why is he called Big Daddy Cool? Well, we find an interesting detail that I never knew I needed to know until it happened. And that would be that we found out when George has a happy, lovely time with the women or men. He could be inclusive. When he has a happy time with a man or a woman, and it's a very good night, he basically sings Daddy Cool in the next morning. You know, I thought it was when he would blow his beans.
It's not when he climaxes.
Yeah, I know, but it's why he sings the next day.
He's not climaxing into Daddy Cool.
That would be better, though. You have to admit, that would be...
But, you know, basically, when he gets lucky, he starts singing Daddy Cool.
When he gets a hold...
Which is kind of classic. I wonder what he gets called in the bedroom. One thing I will say, I remember vividly, I had a I Love Dad CD.
Okay.
And Daddy Cool was on there.
Yeah, that's good.
I also had like the song that's like I'm a smoker, I'm a joker. That song, I don't remember what it's called. I think it's like Space Cowboy or something.
Not the Kid Rock one.
Also the what the fuck's it called? The fucking row get around, I get around, I get around, I get around. That song. I think it's Beach Boys.
I believe it's Beach Boys. Yeah. I think
absolute belter. A lot of good songs, and I love Dad.
Hold on.
Too bad I'm not really had to listen to it beyond 2012.
Hold on, just googling something very quickly. Just continue talking there. Because I want to make sure I get my facts correct. Oh no, I googled it wrong. It was Charles Manson who had a relationship with Beach Boys. He was in Beach Boys. Why
is Charlie Manson getting brought into this?
Because I was like, you brought up Beach Boys, and I remembered, wasn't there a serial killer who was in Beach Boys? And I was like, it's Ted.
Yeah, he didn't kill anyone. I'll have you know.
Oh yeah, sorry, the cult leader. I was like, I remember there being a famous like.
I don't know why I'm doing lip service for Charles Manson. You say what you want about him, he was fucking entertaining. Absolutely horrific piece of shit, but he was funny.
But like, I remember that. Sorry, I just wanted to bring up because I remember the fact where I was like, did you know this guy was a part of the Beach Boys? And I just for the longest time remembered. It's Ted Bundy, isn't it? And I went, no, Ted Bundy's weird fact is the fact even though he killed people, he worked at a suicide prevention hotline. So
there we are.
That's more ironic in my eyes because he's telling someone not to off themselves, and he's then going to off them. So yeah, but Charles Manson.
Yeah, but he's saying it so he can do it to them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when somebody. It's like that weird bit on the internet when you get death threats, where usually it's like I'll fucking kill you, but like some people go. please don't kill him because I want to kill him myself in a video game. It's like, what the fuck what's his double standard?
But yeah, that's it.
Hey, they don't want me to die yet.
But there you go. Charles Manson was
The internet's a weird place.
Yeah. I didn't know, you know, Charles Manson was a part of the Beach Boys, if you didn't know that. Anyways, back to Big Daddy Cool, George and I. Yeah, so he sings that when he gets his hole, when he gets lucky. And Elaine and Cindy just have a brilliant like dynamic. Because Elaine's like, oh, Cindy's like, you've been with George? And Elaine's like, no. And then Cindy's like, why is he happy? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. You ask him. No. Alright. And then there's also a scene where it's in the same scene where she sets up a sign. I forget what the sign reads. And Cindy goes, isn't that a bit Gen Z? And obviously Elaine goes, yeah, that's the entire point. Like, you're not from this generation, but that's the entire point. It's like, yeah, you're from the prehistoric age. I'm like, oh my god, I love this dynamic already. I love this.
I think she says, like, get, like, carnival. So it's supposed to be, like, carnal, but, yeah, you know, carnival, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I just, like I said, each time it happens, I just feel proud that I said it was a good thing to do, and I will continue to bring it up every week until unless people don't know. Because I call this, and Ben Wadey listened to me.
Specifically,
that's what happened. It wasn't the fact that he just thought it was a good idea. No, it was me.
It was all you. So yeah, basically. Yeah, so they go to the Queen Vic. Elaine has a lovely, I don't want to say pipe, but she has a lovely drink with George, and then she
has they both have cups of tea.
Oh, bloody hell!
I was like, do the Vic do 2 cups of tea?
Well, they do breakfasts sometimes, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, it's very weird the Vic's like history of cooking, because it's like one year they do breakfast and dinner, and then the other year they just forget about it, and then they bring it back another year.
Yeah, it kind of goes interchangeably.
But they usually
do. Like obviously you have the Aunt Babe era, but then you also have Ethel making pies with really good steak, but she accidentally replaces it with dog food.
Yeah.
Classic. And then, well, it's just because Willie ate all the actual good meat, the prick.
I love Willie. He went into business for himself with her. And yeah, so yeah, they do kind of and kind of don't. I don't think if I went to a pub I would get a cup of tea. Like, just really...
Well, if you're doing it at like 10 a.m.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure like Wetherspoon serves drinks at 9. But you do have the alkies who come in at like 8:30 and just drink hot chocolate.
Preparing
themselves. Hot chocolate.
Preparing themselves. No, they're drinking pure vinegar. That's what they're drinking. Just raw, unfiltered vinegar. And then yeah. So they just have cups of tea, and then George's like, "What do you want to talk about, Elaine?" And then I was like, nah. I was like, "What about it?" That's the song you used to say when you got your jollies off. And George is like, yeah, and she's like, who's the lucky man or woman? And George's like, no one. And then she's like, all right, just curious. And then George meets with Nicola, and then Elaine walks up to Cindy, hums Daddy Cool, and goes to Cindy, there you go, found your evidence, and she leaves. And that's pretty much what she does. And then George and Nicola just kind of become friends. I think they break up, because that's not what George is looking for at the moment, and that's it.
Yeah, basically, the way it goes is Elaine talks to George, who's like, look, I am kind of seeing someone, but it's just a bit fun, it's just casual, like, it's nothing serious. And they have an actually nice scene where he's like, look, you know, I just want you to know, I wouldn't want to hurt you even more as I did. And Elaine's pretty happy with this response. And this is as Nicola comes on in. And then once Nicola comes on in, Cindy realizes, and then Cindy and Nicola have a bitch off, which is absolutely fantastic. Where basically Nicola says, "Hey, green isn't your color, darling," and I'm ready for the Cindy Nicola feud. I think this is a match made in heaven.
Yeah,
I just love Cindy. Like, I know everybody hates Cindy because she is a bitch, but now that she's not going to be that annoying and not be fucking with Elaine, I can 100% love her.
Yeah. Sorry, I made a weird face because this Lucasade is a bit warm. This Lucasade right here. It's been on my counter for a few hours.
Who gets cans of Lucasade?
I don't know. We bought a packet of cans of Lucasade. We've bottles as well, but I don't know. We just got cans as well.
But the whole point of the Lucasade is you get the really massive bottles.
Yeah. We got packs.
Not
of,
you though. Mate,
got-
you just get weird Coke, don't you? Like, remember that shit bottle that you had that looked like a can of Coke but had a fucking lid on it?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Mate, you're asking a guy who's in a white tank top. So, I think you've already answered your question.
I mean, I know there's a lot of things, but why are you getting weird drinks?
I don't know. I got Lucasade. I had a slushy. That's mainly it. I've nothing more to add. Our lawyers will be in touch.
We're both sweating to fuck. I'll be honest. This podcast's gonna be all over the place. Just prepare yourselves. If we've already been on like a 15-minute tangent about George and Elaine, so just prepare yourselves. This one's gonna be a shit show.
Yeah.
But yeah. So bitch off between Cindy and Nicola. I like to see it. I like to see Nicola do stuff that's not surrounding Teddy because it's gonna be. I don't think you can ever really do Teddy and Nicola. They will probably do Teddy and Nicola again eventually, but it does feel like Teddy's on the back burner for now. Like he's not going to be. I doubt we'll see much of Teddy for like the next month or so. He's probably got like a decent break coming up as well because after the big like car crash stuff, I highly doubt we'll be seeing much of him. And it's nice to see Nicola do stuff. But yeah, George does kind of go to her after she like makes a move on in the club, and he just goes, "Look, it was a bit fun, but also I'm not interested. I'm having fun, but I'm not that keen. Maybe we should just chill out." And then Nicola just kind of goes, "Ah, it's a bit fun anyway," not showing any emotion.
Yeah. I guess now is the next topic, which is Patrick is actually no, I'll just do Kojo next. To be simple. Kojo and Okie. Now I'm gonna have to switch the order in post production, but still. So Kojo and Okie, do you want to go through some of this before I just edit the things?
So essentially, it is Okie wants to use Kojo's flat to store and shift some gear. Now, if Kojo played Schedule 1, he knows what he wants. He wants that lovely flat to bag up all the goods. Big gamer, Kojo. And also notice how nobody ever games in soaps. They just vaguely have a console that they play on sometimes. But
licensing.
Yeah, but you don't need to say the name of it. Anyways, he wants Kojo to let him in, but Kojo kind of, with Harry's advice, says no, and like Okie keeps trying to give him gifts. You know, the common grooming tactics where you go, here's a gift. Oh, that's cool. Oh, you broke the gift. Well, you're gonna have to pay it back, like what Ravi did to Harry, and forever. Just the constant grooming cycle for the kind of county lines type stuff where you pick someone low key who wouldn't have any like potential for the police, and then you use that as a thing. And once the shit comes crashing down, you throw them under the bus. So they stage a break-in at the garage where Kojo is being kind of threatened and pushed around by a group of lads. And Elaine comes on in and it's like, hey, don't, pick on me. And they push Elaine over. Now, I've seen a lot of people complain about the push over. I hate this weird double standard where any time, and I know I say this, I did this over the stupid Coronation Street full, but there are levels to it, right? There are levels to the stunts. Look, Harriet Thorpe's like a 68-year-old woman. You're hardly gonna have her fully just flop onto the floor. You're gonna protect her. You gotta protect her. Like, you're not. It would be reckless to just be like, yeah, just fall over, love. It's like, what? What if I hurt something? We'll sort it out. Like, you got to protect your actors at the end of the day. The stunts are not worth. The stunts are not worth like having to really get like a major stunt coordinator for it. And second, just don't fuck about with it. And they didn't really make a big deal out of it. It's like they did a massive stunt. It's just Elaine kind of stumbled to the floor.
Yeah.
Just how it worked. But yeah, Elaine stands up to him, and then Okie plays the hero, not very convincingly, I might add. He's like, "Hey, get out of here, you rascals! You better leave now, or I will hurt you. Now leave." And then they meet up afterwards, and it's like, "Nice, good job. You did good. Cheers." And through this kind of nets Kojo's trust for Okie. So Okie's like, "Hey, can I use the flat for shifting stuff? In fact, can I get an extra key? And can I also just basically give me full access to your home whenever I want it?" Which Kojo gives because he thinks that he doesn't have any ulterior motive, but Harry is kind of biting his tongue, desperately trying to get him to stop. But ultimately, he's embroiled in it as well, so he doesn't necessarily have a choice.
Yeah. And that's the main plot throughout them scenes. And Okie does get his way. So I don't think anything else happens, does it? Or am I missing?
No, should you have any thoughts on it?
I feel bad for Kojo, and I've read the spoilers for next week where he does fall unconscious. You can't. I will obviously, you'll understand next week. And yeah, so Kojo is in a lot of danger, and I feel sorry for Kojo. But he also is nice because he also sets up a date with Harry and Gina. Yeah, Gina. But also, side note, and I don't mean to be rude, but I love how they made Anna the dumb bitch, because like Cindy and Elaine are in the Albert talking about like why he sings Daddy Cool, and then Gina's like, oh fucking hell, why did you say that about Dad? And then Anna's like, what about Dad? Oh, I don't get it.
Anna's always been characterized as a little bit of an idiot.
Yeah, I just love it because it's just you can see Gina being like, oh Jesus, no, I don't want to know.
I mean, I'll just say there's a reason why people thought that Freddie and Anna were meant to be.
Yes. Yes.
Obviously not the actors. You know, it's completely talking about the characters.
Talking about the characters, folks. Just remember that. And so yeah,
it would be bold of me to critique anybody's smarts.
And me too, honestly, me too. One time I fried a pencil. So yeah, as I was saying,
fried a pencil.
Yeah, fried a pencil. So as I was saying,
to eat.
To eat, yeah.
What? Why?
To eat.
Yeah, but what made you think that this is going to taste good?
Because I ate wooden pencils before.
Sorry? Why? What? I don't. You gotta give me more than that.
Oh, I used to be in the back.
Were you like dusting off like four like Dad? Can I get another 5-pack of pencils? They've all gone. I lost them.
Yeah, I'd be in the back.
Munching them.
I'd be in the back of the class. Like, Piggy, just do what you want. Yeah. Oh,
but they'd be horrific for you. How'd you stomach it?
I didn't swallow them. I just chewed them and then put it in my pencil case.
Oh, okay.
And that was before I got my laptop. And then when I got my laptop, I used to fucking smash the shit out of it. I used to do what Joel's tactics is for women, where I would So I don't know if I ever told this story, but basically I'll use my phone as an example, and I'll get back in a second. I got my laptop in 4th class, which is about when you're 10. No, not 10. You're about 8 or 9, maybe 10. Yeah, maybe 10. I'm trying to remember because you're 11 in 5th class and 12 in 6th class. So yeah, I got like a Windows 7 laptop, and then obviously I got graduated into secondary school. So like I'd be on the laptop, and the laptop like frozen. Come on, fucking work, you piece of shit! Just fucking punching it. Just be like, work, and they're like, Piggy, calm down. Like, this fucking laptop won't work. Fucking work. Beating the shit out of it. Like, and I can
respect other people's property.
It was my laptop. I owned it. So
No,
I
respect your own property then.
I still have that laptop. I can get it out at some point next time. It literally fell off the hinges. It's like you could literally rip the keyboard out because like the keyboard was like coming apart of the laptop. Mental. But yeah, used to chew pencils. Delicious.
So after you chewed the pencils, what made you decide that you wanted to fry it if you weren't actually eating it?
Just see if it tastes nice.
Some would say you've got an inquisitive mind.
See, little does he know that frying pencil bit was always supposed to be a little joke. I did chew pencils. I never fried a pencil.
Yeah, but you just started adding more details. It was like an episode of Would I Lie to You?
I did. I shit myself in a field once when I was 7. But I lied to you. I don't know. My cousin did fall into a grave though when he was 6. So that was fun.
I once decided to try and eat my 5 a day. And instead of eating like it, with your 5 a day, you're supposed to eat 5 different fruit and vegetables. But 8-year-old me just went 5 oranges. I'll be honest, you shouldn't really be trying to eat 5 oranges in a sitting. I was shitting for days. It was hellish. Like, never made that mistake again.
Should switch to pencils. They're more nice.
More nice.
The wooden ones specifically. Delicious. Nothing like a bit of lead in your mouth. Yummy. Guess now I'll move on to Patrick before I start opening all my forbidden doors. So yeah, Patrick now, 27 minutes and 14 seconds.
I don't know if this podcast is going to be one of the longest ones we've done, or it's going to end in 5 seconds.
That's how I've described my life. It either ends like tomorrow, or it just continues on until I'm 60.
Never ends.
Never ends. I wake up and I go, fuck, not another day. Yeah, pop a tablet. Antidepressants for people who think I'm actually popping pills. I'm popping antidepressants. Which if you're taking them, don't expect to come. Just to notice. But Patrick is terrified. And why is Patrick terrified? Well, last week he was attacked by someone, not Oscar Brandon, by someone else, and he is frightened. So Oscar obviously wants to make it up to him. And he basically says to Kathy, look, I want to get him some ice buns to make it up to him. And Kathy's like, okay, I'll deliver them. And he goes to the laundry, helps out. What's her name? Yolande. He basically helps her out. And then Lauren comes in, and Lauren's like, what are you doing? And he's like,
what the fuck are you doing?
And then
that's what she says.
And then he's like, nothing. I said, come with me now. And then he leaves the buns behind for Yolande.
Well, come with me now.
And they go back, and then he comes back and he's like, I'm sorry, just have these buns. And Patrick is basically just stuck in his house. He's terrified to leave because he got attacked in his own home. And he how he tries to calm him down as much as he can, but he can't really, so he just kind of gives up, I want to say. And that's it. Unless I forgot something.
No.
Okay.
Well, it's just, it's his guilty conscience, and he's really trying to keep it all together. But at the end of the day, just a guilty mind bleeds a guilty conscience.
Yeah.
And he just simply has a guilty conscience and doesn't really want to. He wants to help and he wants to try and make it better, but he can't. So he is just trying to do what he can. But by doing this, he's just kind of resulted in he's basically just hanging around and acting like a nice kid, but kind of trying to implicate that he's done something bad. But also they don't know, and Yolande and Patrick are actually just like, you're actually quite sound. And him and Patrick played dominoes like him and Jim used to. And it kind of helps Patrick kind of ease his mind and feel a little bit less terrified.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. That was a fairly short topic, I will add. So, brace yourselves, folks. Just a warning.
Oh boy.
Just a warning. And I will say we're going to try and do this justice, but if we don't, I apologise. Just a warning. This topic's going to cover abortion, far right mindsets, alpha male mindsets. You get it. Wokeness, etc., etc. All these like fucking what are they called?
Political things, social issues, contentious debates, blah blah blah, all their bollocks.
Yeah, and abortion as well. If you don't want to, I'll leave the timestamp to switch to the awards in the description down below. It'll be in the chapters. The awards / the after show. So yeah, this is. So basically, Monday, Suki is like, wow, Avani, I'm so excited for you to have the kid. Fucking whoop, whoop, whoop. And Avani's kind of like, don't really know. So, it's a bit of a hard decision, when you're 16 to make this choice. And basically, Suki is just, you probably can relate with more than I can, because I didn't have any brothers or sisters. But like when the favourite child breaks something, but obviously the other brother gets blamed, but your mum's just oblivious and I was just blame the other brother. That's basically what Suki is doing here. She's just going, yeah, I'm so excited to have this kid, and Avani's like, I don't know if I want to. You do want to, you do fucking want to, you broke it. And it's like, you leave me alone. So Eve tries and reassures her, and basically saying it's your choice, because basically she tells Barney, and Barney's like, well, it is a big decision, because you're going to have to live in their household with that child, and all sorts of stuff, basically Kat and Zoe, basically, you'd have to do what Kat and Zoe did.
Yeah, and also, just typically, just Eve knows, because Eve knows how Suki gets with these sorts of things. When Suki wants something, she typically will do anything to get it, and therefore, her wanting this kid, ultimately, it's something she's set her mind to, so she knows that if she says no, she may just be able to pull out all the stops and have her question it more, and have her not want to do it, so in that way, kind of even Avani try and kind of, all right, I'll tell her that we're gonna do it, and then Eve goes to tell Suki, but Suki just kind of soldiers barrels through it, and then they kind of realize, you know what, I think we've just got to get rid of it, and Avani comes to this decision that she's going to get rid of the baby. And she goes through with the termination, and only after they get back from it, that is the time where Avani feels the need to finally tell Priya and Ravi what happened and why. Ravi and Priya are pretty supportive of her of this happening, but they're obviously angry at Eve for kind of not telling them. But then when Suki gets in, Suki's like, why the fuck didn't you tell me? Just she essentially treats it as if she's lost the baby, which she has, but also it wasn't hers to have. So
yeah.
And this then makes Priya and Ravi and even Eve just be like, why are you so upset? Our daughter's been through a termination basically alone. Why the fuck are you upset? And then it basically through it's essentially Chinese burns in a way, where they all just get different information as to how Suki was basically trying to pay off Avani to have a kid for her, and they all pretty much decide, fuck you. Politely, Suki, fuck you. You are a terrible person. And then they even Nish gets brought up, where they even went, look, we thought that Nish was the poison of the family, but you would do this. You would coerce a teenager to try and have a baby because you feel like you made some mistakes. That is so fucked up. And essentially it kind of brings up Nish, and Suki is upset, but it's just kind of, and they all walk out on her. They all decide, fuck this. We are pretty disgusted with you. I am they're all kind of shocked that she would even allow this to happen. And everybody moves out, essentially. Priya, Ravi, Avani move out. Eve moves out. So they all just need some space from Suki. Suki's kind of
I'm Vinny. Where the fuck does
Yeah,
Finny
Vinny
stay?
as well.
Where does Finny stay? He is no fucking place
Mate,
to go.
they've got tons of properties. Come on.
I know, but still. But yeah, this is
But yeah, they all just walk out.
yeah.
Rightfully so.
But obviously, tornado warning here. Sorry, you can even tell by the camera
I
shaking.
suppose I will also say, fair play to Ben Wadey for doing it, because it did become the most talked about storyline in soap for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Did a good job, got people talking.
But two things I want to clarify. I really want to see how the Suki and Eve fans react to Suki doing this, because I really want them to be blinded by it, by just ignoring it, like how Ben did human trafficking, and the bottom stands were trafficking, smacking, yeah, Just I wonder how the fans reacted to this. But also I'm now I'll do the Joel bit, which I can't wait to be an alpha male.
Well, I suppose also one thing just to mention before this. Obviously, it was announced that Balvinder Sopal, the Suki's actress, is going to be doing Strictly. So she's going to be. I highly doubt she'll be fully off the show like Jay was, but she probably will, because she's basically the Martins and the Jays of the world don't get all the time off, but Freddie got a lot of time off, and Suki's probably going to get a lot of time off for it. So I think it's kind of it's a cool thing. First and foremost, as a Strictly fan, I'm excited to see it. Also, we have Neighbours alumni. I think it's Stephen Dennis, the guy who played Paul Robinson. That's also cool. And he needs that pay. Well, it's the only time he's going to be able to get the gig after Neighbours is cancelled. So make hay while the sun shines. But yeah, it'd be cool to see Suki on Strictly. I'm excited to see it. I think it'll be fun. But also, if you have been getting sick of Suki, she will have some time out. So
yeah. And now the bombshell. So where do I begin? Yes, I do look like I am fit to cover this. I am in a wife beater shirt. I am covering this.
Now you can't say anything anymore.
You can't say anything these days, bloody woke. Yeah, I used to make transphobia, homophobic, racist, and any other phobia jokes before, and I'm cancelled now as a comedian. But you can't say anything these days. Oh my god. Ricky Gervais, etc., etc.
PC gone mad.
Yeah, PC gone mad. So basically, Stacey's secret cams has been leaked. Very, very, very horrendous. And basically, Joel.
That's not real.
What?
That's not real. So William Regal.
Oh no!
Has just tweeted about Coronation Street. And he says, I'm watching today's episode of Coronation Street, and Steve McDonald has done an impression of that toss spot, Clinton Baptiste. I don't know the fuck that is. And unbelievable that Steve has given the time of day to that charlatan trout slapper Baptiste. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Big up William Regal. William Regal was a UK wrestler.
Oh, he's a fucking clairvoyant. All right, yeah, fair enough. I'm getting the vibe. Steve McDonald, the Mac, Scottish. He's Scottish. Scottish heritage. 2 Scottish neighbours.
Yeah. William Regal, obviously famous UK wrestler, and etc. etc. Does a fantastic promo on a wrestler that I recommend. It's the one with Triple H in 04. It was me, sunshine, as he says. If you want to do a line from that, you can. If you don't, it's alright. But yeah, so Stacey.
It's wild when the worlds clash. I'll say that much.
I'd fucking love to see him in a sub. He probably could nail it. He'd probably.
He's got the perfect comedy for it.
He has. I'd love to see him interact with Ian Beale. But as I was saying before we got off track, Stacey's secret cams has been leaked. Freddie tries to delete it offline, but as you know, if it's up there,
once it's out there, it's out there.
It can never be deleted. And
that's just like how someone catfished me and has a full body of my entire body whilst I was peak fat me. but I've never seen it posted anywhere, and never seen it ever since. So some fuckers got that, just jacking off to it now. So
Someone's got mine.
maybe they'll sing Daddy Call afterwards. Who knows?
Yeah, someone's got my nudes as well. I feel sorry for that person. I'll pay for their eye treatment. But
Yeah.
that was before I got my ugly tattoos on my legs. So just imagine. Oh.
Not even when I was attractive.
Thank you. I never knew I was attractive. I thought I was ugly.
I was talking about me.
Ah, damn. Never talking about me. But anyways, I'm getting off topic here. Once it's online, it's online. And basically, Lily's like, Mom, I'm not coming home. I thought you'd change, but you clearly didn't. Fuck you. Bye.
Also, it's not Lily's fault. Oh, no, hold on. It's not Stacey's fault that like someone leaked her pictures. I mean, obviously the weird bit about this is why the fuck's the account still up? You've got to imagine that after the Theo stuff, you go, yeah, maybe let's just cancel the account.
Yeah, you think?
Like, it was basically she was only getting money through Jesus, the THs are ruining my day.
Through
She was only
Theo.
getting that money through Theo. So like, why the fuck's it still up? And it said she still had fans. Like the Wellstone Raider says, she's got no fans.
But like,
You
yeah.
got no fans, mate. Also, I've seen him fucking sell some dim sum dumplings. Who's decided in 2025 the Wellstone Raider needs to be brought back? You know, the guy who says, "You want some? You want some? I'll give it you." That one, that guy. Why is he getting sponsored? Why is he doing sponsors for like dumplings? You want some? Dim sum? I'll give it you. What the fuck's what dystopian nightmare are we living in?
Don't question it, mate. That's all I gotta
The
say.
simulation's gone too far.
I love it. But anyways, back on.
Who's buying dumplings because of that guy?
I don't.
He's not
fucking
even. They're not even paying for his season ticket.
I don't know.
What's his rate? I bet we could get a shout out from the Wildstone Raider.
We probably could.
EastEnders, you want some? I'll give it you. Easy. £2. We'll just buy him a pint.
I'm going back.
I'm fed up. I'm fed up of living. It's gone too far.
I've been trying to get through this topic for the past 5 minutes.
All right.
It's fine. But now I know how you feel when I go on a rant. I know how you feel. Because I'm like, I need to get through this, or else I'm just gonna fully dive mental into this. But
all right, serious talk now.
So yeah, back to where we were. Stacey's photos have been leaked, and her videos, even though her videos are just like, ooh, who's a good boy? Not doing that sort of thing, not really showing much. Sorry, that might have horrified some fans.
Was enough.
Yeah. Wasn't gonna fully do the car angle straps down, That's for my secret cams.
I didn't even see it. I'm good. I'm happy I didn't.
I just kind of went, ooh, you're a good boy. Just did that. But yeah.
That was what she did.
Yeah. And basically Lily's like, Mom, I'm not coming home now. Fuck you. Which I'm like, okay. And then she obviously goes,
Your fault that someone's leaked all of your images.
And then obviously Joel, like, she knows Joel did it. And then Joel's like, Dad, I didn't do it. I promised, Dad. Leave me alone. Dad, no, I wouldn't do such a thing, Dad, I would never do that. And
then does Joel use it, like rub his two brain cells together and go, well, he has been doing some unsavory things. So, yeah, he said he didn't do it. He'd never do something like this.
But I love Ross's tactics, because Ross's tactics is, okay, yes, I know he did it, but I'm going to pretend he didn't do it, so he thinks, in his mind, he knows I'm on his side, even though in Joel's mind, he knows that Ross is just
his dad's a bitch.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
His dad's going to buy into anything he says.
Yeah. And
like, he knows he's getting enabled as well, and he's just like, yeah, just easy, isn't it?
And then,
like, I get the idea, because obviously in these storylines, someone's got to be the idiot. Ross has got to be the idiot. Someone's got to be allowing the behaviour to continue. Because if it was anybody else, we would just taken him to the police and went, look, get him on that fucking sex offenders list now. but because it's his son, like Doc Cotton, he will always try and see the best in his son, even if his son doesn't really lend him the same respect. So it just kind of, it has to happen and it has to be someone. So unfortunately, it is Ross.
Yeah, and continuing on. So Ross just believes it. Believes in quotations. So Joel does go to Tommy and goes, "Hey Tommy, look, you just do it with a VP. I think he just basically says a VPN. You just never be traced, never nothing." And Tommy's like, "Oh, I'm in a group with a bunch of lads, you know. We're just on fuck, what's that one thing that all the horny males use? Oh fuck, what's it called? What's it called? It's not Kick. Oh god, I can't think of the name of it. It's like the chat that people. I don't know the name of it. Can't think of the name of it.
This is the best acting performance you've ever done.
No, I literally can't.
I never know what them people use. They would never do that.
No, because there is like a forums that people use, but I don't know what the fuck it's called. Like I picture in my head Telegram. There we go, Telegram. Obviously that's big.
Yeah, true. Telegram is full of scum. Oh, it's all encrypted. It's great. Yeah, maybe there are some really bad things being shared on Telegram, and maybe it should be monitored.
Yeah. I don't want to name any websites in case we get doxxed, but those deep online forums. We're not going to say on this podcast because again, I would rather keep my safety, because if you mention them, we're going to get killed. They're pretty fucked up there, and I do not want to get involved with them. So yeah, he's in those sort of groups, and I'm questioning: are they all the same age as Joel, or are they older?
No, it's scattered, right?
What you saying?
I'd imagine it's scattered because it's a pretty small. I mean, maybe this is me being like me hoping, but I'd imagine it's got to be a smaller demographic. You'd have to imagine. Like there probably are a good chunk of people who do despise women and hate them, but for my sanity, I've got to believe that it's not nearly as large a group as it is, but it probably is still quite a large demographic.
No, I'm just saying, I think the online group, they're all the same age as Joel, or a bit older, is what I'm saying. Like the group he's sharing.
I just can't imagine there would be enough. But hey, maybe it is. Maybe with how kind of teens are being raised and kind of introduced, maybe it is a lot more prevalent than I'm imagining it is.
And then
so maybe.
So then basically Ravi goes to see Joel and goes, "How dare you get my fucking daughter pregnant, you scumbag?" And he's like,
I also love how every time Ravi says, "I'm not going to make a scene," he makes a bigger scene.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, I'm not going to make a scene. Look at you, you little bastard!
Don't know why he's Scott Steiner, but he is. But yeah, he basically causes a scene, and then he goes to Ross going, "I didn't know that I get pregnant." And Ross like,
it's just okay. The immediate second where he gets like actually scared by another bloke.
Alright, you won't get it, but you might have seen the clip, right? But it reminds me of Cartman so much from South Park. Because Cartman, if you don't know, and thankfully this is being memed on in the new season of South Park, a lot of far right relate to Cartman, but if you look at Cartman, the character in South Park, he is them, but he's the embodiment of them, but like he's clearly laughing at them, not with them, if that makes sense. And one of my favourite gags was whenever, he'd say Kyle and fucks up something, like, "Come on, Kyle, what are you going to do? Come on, hit me, Kyle. And Kyle just slap him and he goes, "God, why did you slap me?" Just fucking bitches out. And that's why I like Joel whenever he stands up to another man, because he's like, "How dare you? How fucking dare you?" Just that's what he does. So yeah.
Well, it's just, and also we'll say the actor does it phenomenally. Like he's so good at being so pathetic. He's like genuinely and very talented.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everybody universally just hates Joel. Not even just because of what he believes, because obviously that is a big part of it, but just because the actor's playing him so well at just being such a little bitch. It's insane.
But yeah, he basically goes up to Tommy, and yes, this is what Mr. Taint would say, and women are just for breeding machines. You just pump them, dump them, leave them, never deal with them, and yeah,
Crazy scenes.
yeah, and he's like, how dare?
And it's just, yeah, it's so weird because it's like, yeah, bloody women are just. It basically he says it all went wrong after the war. It's like, what the fuck? You don't even know what the war was.
Yeah, you're like
10
generations.
But it's like, it all went wrong after the war, and that's when, because obviously the whole idea is with the suffragettes, and when all the men were gone, the women stepped up to do the jobs. Therefore, they got a little bit more. They got a lot less scrutiny, and were actually went, oh yeah, shit, you guys are basically the same. Except you guys can give birth. Wow. Maybe we've been mistreating you. Then eventually women got the right to vote, and eventually, slowly but surely, feminism and rights. But like, it's just I don't know, I can never curse on anything Joel says. It's just mental. Like, because he genuinely believes these things. He genuinely believes that as a straight white man, he's oppressed because he can't say anything these days because he says nice tits to a woman and she says fuck off, perv. You can't say anything anymore. Like, he genuinely believes he's persecuted and he's like a minority and his scrutiny is the most important. But alternatively, it's just one of the most entitled fucking things you can do. It's so entitled, it's insane.
Basically, he says, God damn this, he basically says, yeah, I've only had an abortion without my consent. How dare she? Like, basically treating her like a pet. That sounds wrong, but that is how he basically words it.
Basically how he thinks of her.
Yeah. Basically, and then he goes to slap her, and then just out of nowhere, like,
it's even then he does the weird bit, right, where he she's obviously struggled. She was bleeding a lot more. They were worried about how she was like handling it, and they're gonna get her checked out. But then she's like on the way back, and then Joel basically ambushes her, and he says, "Why'd you get rid of my baby, bitch?" And then goes to slap her, and then Vicky like yanks, just like grabs his hand. Make sure it doesn't. And obviously Vicky's fucking fuming. Like, what the fuck were you even gonna do? And this is while Ross is out on a business trip. So Ross is having to do more work. So now it's Vicky and Joel locked in the same house. As Vicky's just seen Joel about to smack like another woman. So
And basically Joel goes, yeah, it all went wrong after the war. You people got rights. I went, he's just a racist.
All of the rhetoric, right, are like, women are meant for breeding, that sort of shit. And he basically says, all I'll say is his favourite James Bond is Sean Connery. Because he basically says something akin to, and sometimes you just need to give them a slap so they know what's right. It's like, fucking, and he's saying this to a woman. Like, fucking, and he basically says, J.K. Rowling definitely doesn't hate the trans, but also doesn't believe that they're women. He also basically says that Vicky's not a woman because she doesn't have kids. Did he reproduce? Fucking cow. Well, that's your whole purpose. And it's such a weird thing. Cause it kind of comes from inherent sexism, where it's supposed to be the like, oh, the whole point of society, we breed, and like at this point in the where we are, not that important if you don't breed. There's already a lot of people. Start adopting, for fuck's sake. Stop breeding, start adopting.
Also, on J.K. Rowling, very quickly, also, she did put out another tweet saying, yeah, you're still a woman if your eggs are faulty. And I went, okay.
Not what you said before, J.K.
Yeah. But yeah, it's also a mentality that I never liked.
Obviously, the thing that she should do, she should start signing it off with J.K. at the end, and maybe she get a little bit more clemency.
Yeah, I actually do like trans people, J.K. Just, yeah.
Maybe that would actually be kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be. But yeah, continuing on, I do want to add on to this. I don't really agree with the mentality that we should be breathing. There's enough of us already. Please don't make any more. I do like the idea of being a sperm donor, but the problem is I can't come on these presents. So yeah, woo. But yeah, I hate the whole mentality of like, oh, you should fucking pump them, dump them. You know, no. Some of us just want to fucking cuddle them. Well, except for me, I want them to cuddle me in the other way. But yeah, the stupid mentality. Honestly,
It's ridiculous.
like I hate this mentality that you can't be a woman unless you produce, and it's like, no, you can be a woman no matter what.
I'm probably not going to have kids. Does that mean I'm not a man?
Yeah.
Fuck cares. There's still not that scrutiny. It's just because, women are the ones who actually carry them to term.
It's like it's like J.K. Rowling, and I believe in the UK, men technically can't get assaulted. It's not legally allowed, which is so
because
stupid.
You can't get penetrated, which is untrue. Like, well, not the last bit, but they can be assaulted. It's just the kind of. I mean, it's like I said. Once again, Joel, the actor, is doing a really good job of it. Just important to say. Vicky is kind of the perfect foil for Joel because she is, a strong woman who is the daughter of Michelle, who you watch any of the night, she's screaming at everyone. Pauline related to Pauline, easy. That's her bread and butter. Great grandmother Lou Beale. Fucking good luck catching a fucking word in the conversation. Like, they will all fuck you up. So they were all pretty strong women. And even like Dad being Den Watts, like fucking the perfect foil to this Joel, who is just pathetically spouting the stuff that he's getting told. But he does believe it, so it's equally as like offensive. It's not like, yeah, sure, you could make think, he's being kind of brainwashed, it's not his fault, but you say that when he's getting better. You say that when he wants to change. You say that when he actually tries to become a better person. But whilst he's still spouting the bollocks, you can't even give him any light of day. You have to just condemn him, because if he doesn't, he will probably hurt someone and he will victimize someone. Like, that's it. There's no rosy outcome for this. Joel is a predator.
Do you reckon, right, if Den Watts was still alive in universe, and also in universe, let's just say Leslie Grantham was alive, so he can...
A better person.
Yeah. What?
I said, if Leslie Grantham was a better person.
And was alive and could reprise his role, do you think Den Watts would approve of Joel?
No.
Because I somewhat think he would and wouldn't, honestly. He would agree with some things, but not a lot of things. That's all I could say. I don't... Yeah.
Don't know. Then Watts couldn't function without women.
But he also couldn't get it up. So,
said Angie.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, point being, just to kind of wrap this round through and get an actual through line for it. It's kind of wild because, as we've seen, Joel's opinions have gotten wilder and wilder. So he keeps kind of escalating his behavior because nobody's actually stopping him. Nobody's actually gone, hey, this is wrong, but most of these people aren't necessarily the most reasonable, shall they say. You have to get to a certain point of belief where you don't actually start to compromise your opinion. And that's the whole point. He's saying what everybody else says, saying what everybody else wants to say but can't because they're all brainwashed. And, his behavior is escalating. And as I said before, it's probably going to get a whole lot worse before it's going to get better. And it's just kind of going to get pretty dark to watch. I'm inherently worried for Vicky. I'm worried that he will escalate his treatment of her. Would be a really dark way to go, but feels possible that it would go that direction. But yeah, it's just a simple case of he firmly believes these twisted, warped worldviews and will continue to spout them until somebody actually forces him to listen and actually recognize and understand that No, as a straight white kid who is pretty entitled because he's been enabled to keep doing his behavior. He hasn't had ultimately a very traumatic life that will necessarily lead someone to perhaps these more like darker behaviors. He is a pretty insulated kid. He's a conventionally attractive like guy. He is, he's got a lot of things going for him, but he will continue to act out with these behaviors, and that's kind of the big problem where, despite being in a pretty privileged position, where where Ross is enabling his behavior by guaranteeing, and Vicky to an extent has also enabled his behavior, where they are allowing him to continue to victimize and continuing to just cause harm to women. At the end of the day, he won't stop until he's going to force or he isn't allowed to anymore. So yeah, it's going to be a long journey to see how long it takes for the cookie to crumble for Joel, because, like I said, the cookie to crumble for Ross to make sure his son actually like faces consequences for his actions, so he actually learns that this isn't how you should be. Oh, I got there in the end. Christ.
Yeah. I'm gonna move on to the awards. I will state my point in a
Any thoughts on it at the end?
At the end, you're a delusional bastard if you believe these views, honestly. And I know that might be harsh to say, but I don't care. Like, you're a delusional asshole. Like, honestly, if so, I like checking.
It's also just like I will play a song on my tiny violin for the repressed straight white boy and straight white teenager whose parents pay people off over the crimes he's committed. Oh, I'm sorry. Has life been hard for you?
Like,
they paid, didn't they pay 20 grand so he didn't get in prison in Australia?
Yes.
Like, and you're repressed. Like, yeah, sound.
Like,
have some actual struggles, Joel.
Like honestly, we've said him.
What's even his goal? Because his mum left. It's not that traumatic. You bitch, grow up.
But like, you can believe these worldviews if you want, but don't expect people to go, "Oh wow, you're like the next Albert Einstein." Because most people in the real world will look at you and go, "What the fuck are you saying, mate?"
Hey.
Yeah, are you like the homeless guy here doing crack? Like, what the fuck are you on? Sorry, it's bad, little bit. Like, it's just why? Like, I'm talking like based on in universe and in real life. If in real life you look at these scenes and agree with Joel, I do hope you get a clapping on the back of the head or something. Like, I like checking the Instagram comments to gauge things. Like, I checked during Pride Month to obviously see that one guy. We have like 55 people going, "Wow, love Pride Month. Wow, great to show the gays." And then that one guy going, "When is Stray Pride Month, please?" Obviously. So I do want to check to see if there's like 55 people going, "Wow, fucking hate y'all," and that one guy going, "He speaks the truth. He's my hero." Like,
he does have some points. I'm not saying he's a
misogynistic.
I'm not saying he's a misogynist, but he does speak some sense, like they did with Eddie Knight last year. I'm not saying he's racist, but you should be able to say the race of the person who attacked him.
But yeah, but yeah, I don't like his worldviews. And yeah, if you don't know, we're pretty woke. We're pretty much that wokey thing.
How dare you suggest something that is true?
How dare you suggest that I, Ash, who's an asexual, am a woke boy? just
so a couple of friends who are trans, like,
yeah. But as I was saying, it just, if you again believe these worldviews, I think you're stupid. Honestly, I'm not going to give you
check.
Yeah, get a reality check. But again, people will fall for this. It's like, even in real life, it's a fucking stupid battle we're going through in the world. Like, just it's a tiny tangent, but
tangent. Yeah, sorry.
Just to bring up, because this obviously I'm never really bring politics. I try and reduce bringing politics into the podcast, but it's like how
Yeah, he just saves that for after the podcast when I'm fully spent
yeah,
and I've got no choice but to listen.
exactly. I blindside him like Joe with Avani, but just briefly so obviously same-sex marriage in most countries has been legal for 10 years, right? And basically in America, this gay couple, I believe, wanted to get their marriage verified. So they went up to obviously the person who can, file it and complete it. And she went, fuck off, I'm not doing that. It's not my beliefs. But she passed it on to the next person. Rightfully so, the gay couple went, yeah, we don't really like that. Sued her and obviously went, yeah, you're losing 300k, love. So she had to pay like over 300k to the couple, rightfully so. And now she's like, she wants the Supreme Court to hear them because it goes against the First and Fourth Amendment. And I'm like, in what world are you taking away an already marginalized group's rights away again? It's just like you're going to the Supreme Court, going, please take away their rights because it goes against the amendment. Even though I had four husbands. Can't really flex your religion with that, love. Don't think Jesus was really a pimp.
The old Catholics don't really like divorce.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up. It's just that, like, it's pretty scary how our world is going and how like we're gonna be kind of going back in time and we were just going forward. Like it's honestly stupid. And yeah, it's like J.K. Rowling has actively said that all her books, all the TV shows are gonna keep making and doing are gonna fund anti-trans people, like rights. And is basically trying to get the UK government to acknowledge it. But Keir Starmer's obviously a bit full of himself. So, but yeah, it's just sad to see. But hopefully, in a few years, our world will change and people will actually go, yeah, we didn't really like that. Can we kind of just go back to the way it was, please? But yeah. But yeah, if you agree with these, I think you're stupid. But anyways, on Joel, it's sad, but I'm happy for Avani. There you go. And now what you were going to say.
Oh, I mean, I recently watched Adolescence, which was obviously the thing I was touted as. Did I talk about it last week, or was it this week thing?
I don't know. You might have talked about it last week.
I don't think so, because I think I got Netflix again this week, but I watched it, and this was kind of touted to be a depiction of toxic masculinity in a sense, and kind of the manosphere culture. Ultimately, it wasn't really that. It was simply just the kid. The kid had very clear problems with women and didn't really respect them, and just kind of viewed them as like a means to sex. And obviously, a girl rejected him and kind of called him an incel, and then as a result, he stabbed her. And then it's kind of revealing like his attitude towards women, which is revealed in like a chat with a woman therapist or assessor, like psychologist, I don't know, whatever the term is. Then you kind of see like the dad kind of lose his shit and have a bad temper. Then in the end, it's kind of them figuring out, did we make this? Did we make a killer? Like, is it our fault that he is like this? And they kind of talk about a bit of the manosphere and that sort of thing. It's kind of interesting. It's definitely kind of something that a bit of the plight of like probably teenagers currently. There obviously are teenagers who just go, "What the fuck is this bollocks?" Like this is clearly just nonsense. But there probably are a group who have some not so savoury attitudes, and we are in a very polarizing time where a lot of opinions are tailored towards the extremes as opposed to kind of in the middle or neither. Like we are kind of at a very heated form of kind of discourse where everybody's expected to have the strongest of opinions, even if they may just tangentially agree. So it could definitely be a kind of harsh time to have to deal with a lot of these kind of weird emotions and kind of uncertainties. But it's just the kind of case of just. I always make the joke that like the people who believe this are just motherless,
Or father.
which I guess in Joel's case is true, because he doesn't have a mum because she left. But like for that to seemingly spark a whole kind of worldview of hating women is fucking ridiculous. Like women aren't that much different from men. Let's be honest, guys. Not that different. We're all human at the end of the day. Like, I don't know. It's ridiculous. But they are doing a good job of portraying it in the EastEnders.
Yes, and now I guess it's time for the fucking awards. The
fucking awards.
The fucking awards. Number 5, Joel. He didn't use a condom. That was a joke, folks. Now, can you please list the awards for us, Mr. AquaDreams?
We have, I don't remember how many, but it's like 4. We have the Chris Crenshaw for most promising. We have the Keanu Taylor for most wooden. We have underrated and who needs slapping down.
We will go with the Chris Crenshaw award first.
I don't even know here. Like, I like the I like the Vicky and Joe relationship. I think it's really gonna kind of. I think I made the joke that I described it as like the Van Helsing to the Dracula. That's how I described Janine and Pat. I described Janine and Pat as the Van Helsing to the Dracula, where I think it's in one of the Christmas reactions, but it's the kind of way where Pat was always there to just when Janine's ready to take it all, she snatches it back and says, "Get back in your fucking lane." This is what Vicky's gonna be to Joel in this situation. And I'm still worried for Vicky. I'm worried that Joel escalates his violence towards women, and I'm worried that Vicky may kind of come in the crossfire. But I think she's the perfect foil, a kind of strong woman who has got a legacy of really strong matriarchs. I think it's the perfect match, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am going to. Oh, what will I give it to? I am going to give it to just Cindy and Elaine's dynamic again. It is 2 old bitches just having a bitch off, and I'm here for it. Like, if Walford was a real place we could visit, and these characters were here all the time,
I'd be in the Albert.
I'd be in the fucking Albert. Like, go on. Just hearing them two, because to me they're the type of friends who'll hate each other, but someone comes in between them, they'll just come together and fucking like hate on that person. Like, oh Jesus! And that's why I love them, because they are basically that couple. I was just a couple friends. That I'm going for that. The next award is the Keanu Taylor Award of Excellence, if you do not mind. I will give it to the Walford. I don't know what it's called, the Walford Local, whatever it's called, the Walford WhatsApp group or Facebook group. Basically, all getting a stiffy over Stacey's secret plans. So yeah, there you go. Your nomination.
Vicky's catching arm where she caught the slap. Pretty good.
She fucking appeared out of nowhere like the Undertaker. Just appeared behind him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how she just managed to be there. She's
like Superman. She just hears the cries of a woman, appears behind them, and Joel tries to get in trouble. And next is the underrated award. Who do you have?
I've given Oscar it a lot. Who do I even?
George Knight's song is my one. George Knight's.
Yolandi, just love her. Like I said, kind of. There were a lot of mentions of Dot in this episode, and it is still justified that she's kind of holding up the torch, and she is a rightful successor. Yeah. Obviously, at the end of the time, she will be Yolanda Truman. She's not going to be Dot Branning too. Like, she's her own character, but she is definitely kind of owning that mantle of being that kind of older, kind of everybody's nan.
Yeah, and finally, underrated. Or who needs slapping down? Sorry, who needs slapping down?
Joel.
Yeah, can't really deny that.
Or Suki, either or.
Yeah, I'll go for Suki, you go for Joel.
Okay, to be fair, the one thing we didn't actually mention about Suki is she did actually apologize to Avani and say, "Look, I was doing this more for me as opposed to you. So I am sorry for doing this, and I do want to like get past it." So she did actually show some growth. We just kind of missed it. we just forgot about it.
Yeah, and that is the award. And now it is time for the after show. If you have anything to say, speak it now, my child.
Oh Jesus, the after show, huh? A
couple of points deep, aren't we?
Who knows?
Is there anything you want to say, or do you want to leave it there?
I don't even have too much, honestly. Signed up for the gym again. That's going to be a fun thing. Gonna get in better shape. Obviously, the last time I went to the gym, I lost like 10 kg. So like, I was getting to the stage where I had that permanent double chin, and I was like, I can't have this. I can't have this. But I'm gonna be going to the gym again, so that's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to doing that. I kind of missed it in a way. It's something. It's just simple. You go in, you exercise, you leave. It's not like anything big or important happens during that time. It's basically like I can understand why people would argue that like exercise is therapeutic, because obviously you're testing the limits of your body and you're actually improving. And also like that time, like I'm pretty sure the Wi-Fi is shit in the gym, so you just listen to a video, you just listen to music and just fucking just work. Like it's basically time you just chill. It's great.
Yeah, I agree with you. And oh Jesus, on that. Sorry, I got spooked because I heard a loud pop, and I might have been outside. That's why I was looking all around the place. Um, I don't really have much to say. I've just been vibing. On holiday next weekend, so meeting with Ash in 2 weeks' time, thankfully. So yeah, for about 2 days. That's gonna be fun. A lot of Christmas stuff filmed. Yeah, and yeah, I've seen John Cena on SmackDown next week. Let's go. I'm going to Forbidden Door next Sunday. Let's go. A wrestling pay-per-view. And then I'm going to Raw in Birmingham. That's going to be fun.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to Dublin, London, and Birmingham. And then I'm going up to you. So yeah. Yeah. And that's all I'm doing.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, well, how many degrees? It's like 25 degrees. It is boiling.
But I guess that's where we leave it, because
Yeah, I think we're all spent. We're all spent.
Just let me make a timestamp very quickly. So if you enjoy this and you want to see more, well, we have 1,000 videos on this channel you can check out.
Wait, hold on. I got something. Hold on. So I was basically after completing the previous two like videos, the scripted videos, I kind of went, I'm tired now, and I kind of got into the, you know, when you're not necessarily depressed, but you are you're a little bit vacant, where you're kind of doing stuff, but you're not like fully present, I guess. Like if anybody's gone from being not depressed to depressed, you kind of understand where you don't feel like you have the energy to kind of do the normal stuff you would. Like, and once you are like, once you have that kind of flare back where you can actually kind of enjoy all the different things, and you can actually like, you enjoy the simple things that like kind of make you happy, and it's a good place to be in. But after doing all the videos, I kind of got a bit knackered and a bit tired. So I kind of reached the point where I was like, I am just vacant. That's how I tell I'm kind of getting a bit depressed, is if I get really vacant and kind of like spaced out, and my brain just kind of shuts down. It's like there is no active thoughts going on in my brain. But I watched one of my favorite movies after reading Perks of Being a Wallflower. I watched it, and I kind of had it as, I don't know, it's a movie that always kind of fucks with me because I do resonate with the main character. Like I resonate with the main character, not with a trauma. It's no abuse for me, fortunately. But just, generally the isolation, the kind of introvert trying to find his place and kind of get engaged and stay involved with things. Like that's something I probably do struggle with quite a bit, is actually like putting my engaging with stuff. But kind of watched it, and I always kind of expected that there's a big thing where all the abuse comes out like the end of the movie, where it's quickly realized, and like something happens to him, it triggers like a flashback of like, he was being abused by his aunt. And up to this watch, and I've watched it so many times, I was like, oh, it's just must be something they talk about in the book. It's just not that spelled out in the movie. It's really it's really subtle in the movie. It is not subtle in the movie whatsoever. And so like the rest of the entire time I've been like, wow, it's really subtle. They just never mention it to the book. It makes so much more sense. And I just kind of had a fucking crisis, because I was like, I've watched this movie so many times, and I never actually picked up on the main twist in the fucking movie. I'd never picked up on it till now, and I just went, am I shallow? Am I like all the Redditors? Am I shallow? And then I kind of went, yeah, well, at least if it did one thing, I am actually thinking and functioning properly. So, serve the purpose. Do love Perks of Being a Wallflower. I don't know what I prefer out of the book and the movie. I think both are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. And that has been our book review. Hold on. Okay. Tie a hold here. That has been the book review / the after show. This is now the outro. Hope you've enjoyed this podcast. Bit of a warm one, bit of a wicked one. We've been watching Walford. You can find 1,000 videos of us talking nonsense. Mostly are Ash, mostly are me, some are me. And if you want to see more, we'll be here throughout the year. We're here nearly 365 days a year, nearly. So yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye.